Welcome back everybody to our Kerbal Space Program career mode. This rocket will allow us to finish all the contracts. It's basically just all the things needed to finish this one, since even though we added an antenna we can't get it because it has to be newly built. This one we can do with the Kerbal on there, and we can also transmit science with a device, with a thermometer I think, on one of the sky cranes. This rocket only costs 66,000, so it's decently well. It's uncrewed, just in case we lose another Kerbal, because we had 2 losses so far, but it was going to happen at some point. This rocket does have enough Delta V to get to Minmus easily. It is completely new built, nothing was taken from the old rocket. Simple fact being is that rocket was extremely unstable. And I need something that works for once, because we really need money. And science, which we are kind of, how would we say, not getting a lot of. So the next mission after this one will probably be a science mission to either the Moon or Minmus. We do, however, now have these labs on Minmus, which means I might actually think about putting a smaller craft on there to just jump about, get the science and put it in the lab, but then again we need a scientist to operate it. And we're having some issues turning here, so I'm just going to throttle down a bit. I think it's mostly due to this large fairing. Oh no, we're going really high up and we're not tilting quick enough. Or it's due to these large fins I put on the bottom. It was just to stop it from flipping over. Okay, well, we're almost there. And launch, there we go. We can actually do a very hard gravity turn here. There we go. Stay stable, please. No, we're not in space yet, that's not good. Not even really accelerating, great. Really, it's not looking well once again. I'll be back as soon as we reach space. Okay, I've just activated these 2 engines as well, because it's just we don't have enough, how do we say, thrust to get into orbit easily. Hopefully we can still do it and then just transfer some of the bottom fuel back into the front stage as soon as we're in orbit. It's quite tedious and extremely slow, so I'll be back as soon as we've circularized. There we go, we have just finished our circularization. Now what I want to do is just... No, wait, this is wrong. Whoops. I want to put fuel into this stage, because we need these ones full. This thing alone, on its own right now, should be able to get to Minmus and land, but I don't really want to do it that way. I do have a bit more fuel in there. There we go. Now this is completely set up again. Yeah, we should be able to make it. Good. Whew. I'll be back as soon as I got my burn set up for Minmus. Okay, we are burning, and that stage is just finished. So we got about 700 meters. Okay, yeah, we should be fine with landing there. I'll be back as soon as this is finished. Okay, I've simply tweaked our maneuver node, because that should save quite a bit of fuel. Let's just warp to next maneuver node, and then quickly fire it up. As soon as we get there, of course. Simply a 2-second burn, which is extremely cheap. Okay, let's just bring that in. So it's a lot closer. Okay, now we kind of want to flip it about. Other one then. All this under that one makes it bigger. Okay. We'll just do a plane change when we come in. And I'll be back when we're there. Okay, just changing our plane here. Okay, never mind, we just got an escape trajectory. That's not what I wanted. Then we'll simply burn in the opposite direction. There we go. What? It's flickering in and out of existence. Not good. Okay, and we are not really in orbit yet. Let's just quickly go here. This might take some fuel, but that's alright. We simply need to land, preferably near our base. Let's put it quite low. Warp here. Just gonna bring it down a bit more. Just like that, and then I'm just gonna time warp until the base and our craft is on the light side. And I'll be back just when we're about to land. Okay, it's on the light side. I'm just gonna see where it's the cheapest to do a plane change. Not really a plane change, more like a plane change landing. I want to overshoot just a bit. Just like that. Okay. Seems pretty minimal. But wait, maybe we can even get it cheaper. Well, that's a little bit too much. Sure, why not? There we go. stop. There we go. This will be a pretty easy landing, I think, and hope. I'm pretty happy with this little base. It can even produce food. Not a lot of it, but it also brings some supplies with it to just kind of help off the entire min-miss thing we got going here. Okay, now that is moving, so what we need to do is do a bit of a burn downwards. I think that might be good. Okay. Okay, and we can pretty much fire up our engines. Just want to push our orbit back up again. There we go. And I'll be back just before we touch down so I can't time warp. Okay, we're coming in. I just did a few more tweaks on our way down just to get us as close as possible. But we're already immensely close. And we have more than enough fuel to land. I think this is a pretty good landing. I also moved with the sky crane the cryopod onto the food storage to just connect that to power, and then I put our Kerbal to sleep to just stop him from, you know, dying whenever I time warp with this vessel. There we go. Touchdown. Soon we will complete this contract. 10, 9, 8, it'll be now. Just give him a second. Done. Which means we just got about 300,000 extra. Finally, we're making progress. And this craft can actually sustain itself, which is pretty neat. Okay. Now, next up, we need to wake our Kerbal up, actually. And somewhere around here should be a thermometer. Log temperature and transmit it back to Kerbin for another contract complete. That pretty much paid for the rocket we just launched. Then we can EVA this Kerbal, and I'm gonna plant a flag now. Plant flag. There we go. I'm actually going to call it Haypoint Base, due to the fact that he was the first to be on Minmus and he died trying to construct this base, or trying to come here. So I think that is a very good name. Hopefully it's spelled correctly. I'm just going to call it a base for a haypoint. There we go. And we've got a nice memorial. Yeah, sure, why not? And okay. And we just got another contract for that one, which means we just finished all our other contracts. And now I will look into if we can scrap stuff and turn it into materials kits, because I kind of want to use that part and this bottom part together. Whoops, never mind. No. Okay, this is the food storage and the cryopod and the sky crane. There's still a bit of fuel in it, which I used to just set up a bunch of these stuff, or at least dock these two together. I will simply put her back in here until we have a sustainable base. That's why I brought all this extra. Come on. That is why I brought all the glycerol extras, so we can keep freezing her until she can live in a sustainable colony on Minmus. And I will be back as soon as I've decided what to do next. Okay, I just quickly saw that we actually got some more science, so I'll just quickly check here. What can we get to? What we're saying, make our life a bit easier. Can't really get much. This advanced reaction wheel might help for launch stages. I'm gonna get this landing gear and the bigger heat shield. There we go. Okay, still thinking what to do or working out, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, this might look a little bit weird here. This is to test if we can recycle parts and get things back from it. Let's quickly check here. Boop. There we go. Can only scrap parts without child parts. Wait, what? Oh. Poop. Material kits were lost due to lack of recyclable space. But, okay. Board. Okay. Recovering vessel and changing it to materials kits, I think it was. There we go. Okay, let's change it to materials kits. Okay. So much things. There we go, materials kits. It would be quite nice if we can simply recycle it back into that. Decouple. Boink. Okay. It works. Now we have a large of this container, and you use that to create spacecraft, which means we can technically recycle our old base and launch a more refined version. Oh well, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, welcome back. We will just take this science data from space around the moon. Just accept that one. Go to our moonsat 2. There we go. Fly that one. Get a little temperature reading here. And transmit it back. Done. Got 40,000 for literally doing nothing. And I think that's the end of this episode, so thank you for watching, and goodbye.